Alright, grade 12s, it's my hope here to kind of virtually use a model kit to give you an idea of carbon forming 4 bonds, and then also the origins of the line diagram. First, you might remember from last unit, I guess it was probably our first week together, we looked at the shape around a carbon atom. Remember, it forms 4 bonds, and they're not necessarily in what would be like a plus sign arrangement. They're arranged in 3-dimensional space, and there's a angle of 109.5 between all of those bonds. Now when carbons start bonding together, those angles are still taken into consideration when we're looking at the 3-dimensional model. Now a lot of times when we do a structural diagram, we just draw, this is propane, we just draw 3 carbons all attached together and then make sure they all have their bonds filled. But of course you can see that looks like a nice straight line. Well, in actuality, the molecule has kind of a bend to it because the points of attachment of those carbons are 109.5 degrees from the other. So the line diagram actually is based upon the shape that the carbon molecules, hydrocarbon molecules take. So this first line is representing the bond between carbon 1 and 2, and our next line is representing the bond between carbon 2 and 3. You'll notice it takes on this zigzag-like effect. Now in a line diagram it's not shown, but you have to imagine there's a carbon at every end and then at every point where the lines connect or change direction. So this is propane, 3 carbons bonded together, taking on that zigzag effect. So now I've added on a 4th carbon. This would be butane, and if I go back to my structural diagram, that's another carbon here. And then of course our line diagram, we'd be looking at propane, we'd add another line here, here, and that is this bond between carbons 3 and 4. So I hope that clears up a little bit of confusion with regards to line diagrams.